BTS Illegal Army brings you single Dad Jimin FF. Life is full of joy, every second brings a new enjoyment, and yes, here I am traveling on a Busan bullet train for the first time ever. You sigh deeply and enjoy the view. No, don't think that I am poor, I am rich. Not that much, of course, but currently I am working in Park Corporation. I am my boss Park Jimin's secretary. Well, the boss seems rude, but he is not that rude. He's like a coconut, hard on outside, soft on inside. You smile thinking about your boss. Meanwhile, life sucks. Nothing ever goes the way I want it to, especially not when I need it the most. Jimin calls his maid angrily. The button broke off, complaining. Give me another shirt, please. Pali, I am getting late. Refers to the maid. The lives of two completely opposite people walk alongside each other, but will they be able to keep up? Do opposites really attract, or is it just a Delulu thing people believe in? Time skips. You knock on the door, and upon hearing nothing, you swiftly open it. Hello, sir. This is your schedule for today. You pass him the tab and take the coffee mug from his hand, placing it delicately on the table. As you notice his expression after a sip, you understand he needs more sugar. You quickly open a sachet, drip it in, and stir the sugar into a coffee mug. Cancel my meetings at 10 and 11 tonight. Okay, sir. Your job doesn't allow you to ask questions, and that's what you never did. Jimin had many secretaries before. Some wanted him to fall for them, and some were just too dumb. But now he has you. For the last 2 years, you have never given him a reason to complain. That's what's keeping you in this job. You just work, and your best rule is don't put your nose in anyone else's business. Life seems great, but what happens when a third person shows up and changes everything? You pick up the bundle of files and start heading towards your boss room. In the aisle, someone bumps into you and the files fly from your hands and land on the floor. Papers still flutter through the air. You facepalm and turn your eyes to see who bumped into you, and when you look down, you see a cute baby boy. You smile instantly, seeing him enjoying the paper shower like a flower shower. But soon as every paper drops down, you see the baby boy grow sad. You want more paper shower? You ask him with a raised eyebrow. The boy's face lights up at your words. First, tell me what's your name? You ask with the brightest smile. Hajun. Today is my birthday? You raise your eyebrows and reply, wow, then let's give you what you want. You start tossing papers into the air again and again, and the smile on his face makes you smile too. You are good to everyone because you believe that every person has problems and you being rude won't help. It only adds to their sadness, so you made a rule for life, be kind. Though it's often landed you in trouble like this time when the file papers got mixed up, you still smile at the sight of happy Hajun. Soon a man in a tuxedo arrives and picks Hajun up. Hajun, come with me. He takes Hajun and you keep watching them walk away. But you don't know that someone else had been watching you the whole time, and that someone is none other than Jimin. You sit comfortably on the floor and begin rearranging the paper. Soon your eyes land on the pair of shiny black shoes. As you look up, sir, no need for you to rearrange this. Ask someone else and please stand up. You stand and straighten your posture. Sir, I created this mess, so I will clean it up too. Don't worry, just give me 5 minutes. Appa, you halt hearing someone shouting, and before you can react, Hajun rushes over and hugs Jimin. Your eyes widen. Appa, she is so pretty. Look at her. Jimin's eyes never leave yours while you avoid his gaze. He crouches down and picks Hajun up in his arms. You are in shock. You never knew your boss was married and had a child. He still looks so young. Hajun waves to you. Sorry, Miss Ryan. I saw Hajun bothering you, so I asked you to let someone else handle the mess. Plus, I am leaving. Today is Hajun's birthday and he wants to spend the whole day with me. You nod and smile. Sir, don't worry, I will rearrange your schedule and meetings. You go slightly. Jimin is about to leave with Hajun when the child holds your hair between his fingers, but thankfully doesn't pull it. Jimin stops upon noticing. Hajun, bad habit. Let go of her hair, please. Appa, take her with us too, and I want her at my birthday party. Jimin gulps, unsure why Hajun is suddenly this attached. After his mother left, Hajun never talked to another girl, not even his classmates. Anya, Hajun, spend time with your Appa. Today we will do something later together. You ruffle Hajun's hair and leave before he can say anything else. Appa, I want her, please. Jimin looks at Hajun. Hajun, you have never been this stubborn before. Appa, today is my birthday. He means he didn't ask for toys, biscuit, or anything else. He asked for a person, a girl. How can Jimin say no? Jimin makes Hajun sit in the car. Before he can hop in, Hajun locks the door and signals Jimin to bring you. Jimin face palms. Hajun, not today. Hajun pouts and looks down. Jimin rubs his temples and walks back into the building. He spots you in the aisle and walks towards you, swelling hard. Miss Vine? Yes, sir. Please come with us. Hajun is so stubborn and wants you at his birthday party. But sir, I know as a boss I am asking too much, but it's for my son. I promised I wouldn't say no on his birthday, and now he wants you. He takes a deep breath. Okay, sir. Jimin smiles. Sir, you go ahead. I will be in the parking lot in a minute. I just need to grab my phone and purse. He nods and walks off. As you pick up your bag, your thoughts cloud over. Doesn't matter what my intentions are. If people find out, they will think I am the wrong kind of girl. You pout. Won't Mr. Park wife mind me being there, his secretary? You keep walking because of some stupid dramas. People always think secretaries are bad people. As you arrive in the parking lot, before you can think further, you spot your boss acting cute in front of his son to get him to unlock the car. You giggle slightly and walk towards them. As soon as Jimin notices you, he straightens his posture. Hajun sees you and unlocks the door. You take a deep breath and hop into the back seat. Jimin sighs with relief, quickly getting into the driver's seat, but Hajun jumps from the front to the back. Jimin is shocked by his son's unpredictability tonight. He thinks you just gave him a paper shower and now he is obsessed with you. He face palm and start driving, but his eyes keep flicking to the rear view mirror. You are playing rock paper scissors with Hajun. Every time you win, you tickle him. But then Hajun wins. Your eyes widen as he brings his hand near you. You laugh, Jimin giggles at your laughter. Hajun, no. He stops his son, Hajun pouts, and you face palm, wondering if Jimin saw all your silly antics. Soon the restaurant arrives. You all step out of the car and enter a private lounge. As the door opens, you expect many people, but it's only the three of you. You find it odd but don't question it. Jimin watches you, expecting a bombardment of questions, but to his shock, you don't ask anything. He keeps thinking, isn't she confused? Isn't she curious? Soon a waiter brings out a customized Formula One cake. Your eyes widen. Ferrari? He nods and you both fist bump. Charles Leclerc. You both jump excitedly. Jimin watches you amazed by your F1 craziness. Hajun cuts the cake and gives the first bite to Jimin. You smile. Wait, let me capture. You take out your phone and start backing away. Hajun gives another bite to Sir. It's okay, call me Jimin. But you are so strict about protocols. This isn't the office, Miss Vine. You nod. Then Hajun rushes to you and gives you a bite. You return the gesture. You excuse yourself to use the restroom. Jimin is about to sit behind Hajun, but Ani pout. Jimin shakes his head and takes a seat in front of him. You became this close to her in just an hour because she gave you a paper shower. Ani Appa, she is just sweet. Every other girl who ever met me always asks about my mom and other stuff, but she just asked my name. Jimin looked at his son fondly. Yes, he was right. He never once asked where his wife was. Do you know everything? Perhaps he wondered. Just then, the door opened and both Jimin and Hajun turned their attention to you. Hajun waved you over, signaling for you to sit next to him. After dinner, you insisted on leaving, but Jimin insisted on dropping you home. Eventually, you gave in. Time skips. Bye-bye, smile. You waved at Hajun but saw him suddenly doing a T-pose like an F1 driver. Confused, you look around, then did it quickly just for fun, only to catch Jimin giggling. Hajun quickly jumped into the front seat and you went inside your house. That night, Jimin couldn't sleep. One question kept bothering him. Do you know everything about my family? Or are you just someone not from this world? Someone who doesn't ask questions? He woke up early and headed to the office. The first thing he did was call reception. Send Miss Ryan in. Miss Ryan hasn't arrived yet, sir. Okay. He kept waiting. Without saying a word, you rushed to the elevator, whispering "Pali Pali" as if the elevator could move faster. At exactly 10 a.m., you walked into the office thinking Jimin would show up at his usual time, 10:30. Ryan, sir is already here. He is calling you. Your eyes widen in shock. As soon as the door opened, you rushed in, only to crash into Jimin, who was just about to come out. You both fell to the floor, you landing on top of him. Startled, your eyes widened. You quickly stood up and bowed. I'm sorry, sir. Jimin stood and asked, why the hurry, miss? Sir, you were early today. I thought something urgent happened. No, I just wanted to talk to you. Please have a seat. You gulped and sat down. Miss Ryan, this might be personal, but I am curious. Last night you didn't ask where Hajun's mom is. Do you already know? You frowned for a moment and let out a soft chuckle. Sir, most people get offended when asked too many personal questions, but you are here upset because I didn't ask you one. Jimin leaned in a little. I couldn't sleep the whole night. Please answer me honestly. No, sir, I don't know anything about your wife. I only realized you were married when Hajun called you Appa, but I believe in not asking questions that might offend others. If your wife wasn't at the celebration, there must be a reason. And if that reason wasn't shared, it's probably not meant to be asked. I didn't want to ruin a happy moment for you or Hajun. Jimin's jaw dropped. He looked at you like you were some kind of fairy, speaking nothing but golden words. I believe we should only ask questions when we can help someone. If it's just going to end in a sorry, then maybe it was never worth asking in the first place. Jimin's eyes widened in shock. Soon the peon entered with Jimin's coffee, but Jimin's eyes never left you. The way you told him everything, explained it so simply he couldn't help it. He was falling in love with you. Yes, he would. He kept looking at you. He took the mug from your hand and his fingers brushed against yours. This happened almost every other day, but today the feeling from Jimin's side was so different. He smiled. Sir, this is your today's schedule. Jimin always asked you to give him the tab so he could go through it, but today, explain it, Miss Ryan. You looked at him in shock, but then started explaining. Jimin kept looking at you. He noticed you again stopped yourself from asking questions. Later that night, Jimin and his son were watching a K-drama and a wedding scene appeared. Appa, what is this? This is a wedding where two people promise each other to live happily together. Then why did Mama leave us? Jimin closed his eyes as a scene flashed in front of him. 10 years ago. Yes, I am Jimin speaking. The girl whose phone this is got into an accident. We took her to the hospital. Please come quickly. Jimin's eyes widened hearing this and he left the office quickly. That day, Jimin lost his wife. His son was 2 years old back then. Present time. Your mom met with a dreadful accident and then she left us. Means Mama broke the promise? Ani, I broke the promise. Hajun was confused but he was too little to understand these things. The next morning at the dining table, Appa, I have a plan. What plan? You and Mayan also do the wedding and promise to live with each other? Jimin choked on his drink. Hajun, shut up and eat your food. Appa, but she is sweet and different. Jimin glared at Hajun. Time skips. It was late. Everyone else had left the office. You were also about to leave when you stepped into the elevator and saw Hajun inside. Hajun quickly hugged you and you hugged him back. What are you doing here, Hajun? Alone? Shocked. Dad forgot the key, so I asked him to let me bring it, but he was stubborn. He didn't let me, so I quickly got in the elevator and closed it before Appa reached. He giggled, making you giggle too. Hold the elevator, I will be back. You did as he asked. Soon he rushed in and you pressed the ground floor button. Bad habit, Hajun. You shouldn't come here alone. Why and she? Will you be my Amma? His question shocked you. Your eyes widened before you could say anything. The elevator jerked and stopped in the middle. You gulped and embraced Hajun. Meanwhile, Jimin was waiting patiently for the elevator, but his eyes widened when he realized it had stopped between the second and first floor. Shit, cursed. He quickly rushed towards the stairs and ascended the 2 floors. He tried to open the elevator door, but nothing worked. He picked up something pointed and started using it to pry the door open. And yes, he succeeded. The elevator was just a foot lower than the floor. Hajun, he shouted. You both heard his voice. Sir, he is safe. He is with me. Jimin sighed in relief. He knelt and crouched to see you both. Hajun, hold my hand. You nodded in understanding and quickly lifted Hajun. He climbed up holding Jimin's hand, embraced him. Are you okay? Appa, save her too. Jimin quickly nodded and crouched again. Miss Ryan, come on. How can I, sir? You gulped. Jimin took a deep breath. Believe me, I will pull you. Just give me your hand. You hesitated. Mayan, trust me. You nodded and gave him your hand. Yes, swiftly you pulled you up. You used your strength to climb out. You quickly straightened your posture, but your eyes widened, seeing tears in Jimin's eyes. Jimin hugged Hajun. Thank God you are okay, Hajun. You scared your Appa, Babu. You smiled as you saw them embracing each other. Jimin turned to you. Thank you, Miss Ryan. I am seriously. It's okay, sir. You saved us. You understood the assignment. You were shocked at first but chuckled because those were Gen Z's words. You never thought he would know that. Yeah, stop thinking too much, I'm not that old. You giggled. Come with us, let us drop you. I have my car, sir. I will ask someone to take your car to your home. Let me pay you back. Okay, but let me take some things from the car. Jimin frowned but nodded. You all went to the parking lot, you opened the boot and brought out two big frames. Jimin saw that and rushed to help you. What's this? A gift? Jimin frowned. I celebrated Hajun's birthday but forgot to give him a gift, so no need. No sir, please. Hajun quickly started clapping and jumping. Yeah, gift. You and Jimin chuckled and looked at each other. It was gift wrapped so they couldn't see what it was. Jimin picked both and placed them in his boot effortlessly. Mine, you didn't answer my question. What question? Innocently. Before Hajun could speak, you placed your palm over his lips, stopping him from yapping. Chuckles. Sorry, but I am not like you. I ask questions without thinking. You smiled awkwardly. Well, this arrangement makes me feel like a driver. Please next time sit in the front. He said this as you sat in the back. Hajun also jumped in besides you. Appa, let's take her to our home, cheekily. Why? Raised his eyebrows. Let's kidnap her like we saw in the movie and then marry her. Jimin and your eyes widened. You both look at each other. Hajun behaved, contemplating. He hit the brake as your destination came. Thank you. Bye-bye. Embarrassed. You quickly rushed out. Hajun comes to the front seat and as soon as he sat down, he got a flick from Jimin. Idiot, stay shut. Understand? We both like her, Appa. Eyes widened. When I say something like that, huh? Jimin was shocked. I am your son. I can read your heart. Jimin glared at Hajun. From today, we are not watching any more movies. You are learning all the wrong things. Yes, Appa. That's why I am saying we need a girl to tell us what's right or wrong. Plus, you can't handle me alone. Pout. Jimin's eyes widened, but internally he knew his son was right. They both needed someone. But are you the one? They reached home. Hajun quickly unwrapped your gift. As soon as he opened it, he shouted, Appa. Jimin rushed to him and saw the frames. One was Jimmy and Hajun back when Hajun had gave him a cake. The second was of Charles Leclerc, his favorite from F1. Hajun started smiling and jumping excitedly. Jimin smiled seeing your care toward them. It made him think, what if Hajun is right? You are the one. He had waited 10 years, but still, was he cheating on his wife? His late wife. In all these deep thoughts, Jimin couldn't sleep that night either. Interval. Take a moment to lag. Next day at the office, Sir, your today's schedule is, and yes, your yapping has started again. As Jimin asked you to explain, but he isn't really listening to any of it. He's just lost in your beauty, the way your hair sways in the air, sometimes blocking your view, and how you keep tucking it back to read the meetings clearly. That's it. You know that I'm about to leave. Thank you for the gift. Hajun really loved it. Smile. Ginger, I am happy. You smile again and then leave the room at his nod. In the meeting room, the man sitting beside you was from another company. You were busy writing notes from the meeting when you suddenly felt a hand on your thigh. Your thighs were fully covered because in the office you never wore short dresses. You always dressed professionally in suits. This made you uncomfortable. You glared at the man, which Jimin noticed, but the man just gave you a creepy smile. Jimin found it odd but couldn't understand what exactly was happening. Mistakenly, his pen dropped as he crouched down to pick it. His eyes landed on the man's hand. His eyes turned red with anger. Meeting dismissed. But I said dismissed. Everyone started packing up, but you stayed seated, thanking him internally. Before the man beside you could stand, Jimin placed a hand on his shoulder to stop him. As soon as everyone left, the three of you remained. Jimin banged the man's head on the table and kept holding it there, forcing him to stay in that position. You gasped and stood up. Don't you have manners? How dare you touch her without her permission, huh? You were shocked. You thought if everyone notices what he is doing, then tomorrow on the office group, I am going to be their target. Say sorry. He released the man and the man quickly apologized, but you glared at him and slapped him. Jimin looked at you with admiration. Next time, before you touch someone, remember my slap, okay? He stared at you in shock and rushed out of the building. Thank you, sir. It's okay. Go home for today. We will. Ani sir, I am okay. Smile softly. For you, work comes first. Jimin smiled and left. But he remembered he had forgotten his phone inside. So he turned back and opened the door. Before he could take another step, he heard your sobs. He sighed deeply, shaking his head, annoyed by the fact that you always prioritized work. I always do good with people, then why me, God? Mumbles. It's not that you are weak, you just don't want too many people to know. You want to handle this all alone. And yes, every time a man touches inappropriately, no matter how strong we are, we still feel uncomfortable. You wiped your tears and stood up. As soon as you turned around, you saw Jimin. He looked at you, he had heard everything. I believe life is short because no matter how good we are, life is so unfair to us. Many times life is more than just fair to us, but we humans tend to focus only on the unfair parts. Sure, positivity again, I praised. Yes, because God sent you to save me at the right time. Jimin was shocked and you walked away from there. He quickly followed to match his pace with you. I want to ask you something hesitantly. You nodded subtly. I want to ask you on a dinner. He gulped. He wanted to ask you for a date but couldn't say the word, so he ended up saying dinner. Why? You said you don't like asking questions. He blinked and you were shocked. But where there is trust, Miss Ryan, there are no questions. You were stunned. He smirked and walked away, but halted on his way without turning around. Sharp at 8 p.m., we will both leave the office together. Your eyes widened. Before you could say anything, he had already left, leaving you in complete shock, thinking, what happened to my boss suddenly? You sighed and debated what to do. Soon you called your mom, as was your habit. You told her your daily story, so she already knew everything about Jimin and Hajun. As you told her about today and how Jimin invited you, she said, go. Mom? You were shocked. What's got it into mom suddenly? At 8, you were in your room, fiddling your fingers, nervous about what to do. Then the door opened, revealing Jimin. Gaja. He held the door open for you. You sighed, picked your belongings, and walked toward him. Mr. Park, are you sure? Why not? And what's the need to be sure while taking a girl on a date? Your eyes widened. Kidding. He laughed, causing your jaw to drop. He always maintained a serious personality, and laughing like this wasn't his usual look. It was the first time you saw him like this. After you, Miss Ryan. You started walking and he followed. As soon as you reached the main office door, he quickened his steps and opened it for you. He looked around. Every other person in the office had their jaw dropped. You gulped. Sir, everyone is looking at us. So, smirk internally. You quickly stepped out. He closed the door and then opened the car door for you. You got in and quickly fastened your seatbelt. He started the car with a smile. You looked at him. He was smiling differently today. You had never seen him smile like that before. You started thinking, he takes my no questioning personality too seriously. Now I don't even ask a simple question to him. Stupid me. You internally face palmed. At the restaurant, he again stepped out quickly and opened the door for you. You were shocked. Sir, you don't have to do this. I am fine on my own. I can. I know you can, but let me. You looked directly into his eyes, and for a moment, both of you were lost in each other. You looked away, trying to hide the smile creeping onto your face after hearing the sweet words every girl dreams of. You both walked inside the restaurant. It was Jimin's friend Kim Theong's restaurant. Theong already knew Jimin was coming with a girl, and Hajun had already told him many things. Table for two. Sir, every table is booked. Only a candlelight dinner table is left. Would you like to sit there? You were about to say something. It's okay, no problem. Your eyes widened. Jimin opens a chair for you. You take a seat and, sir, we can go to another restaurant. Ani, it's my favorite. Hajun didn't come? Curiously and nervously, no. The waiter came and gave the menu. You both start reading it, seeing the prices, your eyes widen, thinking, oh god, this much for just one dish? You gulp and decide to order chicken chow mein for yourself. So what are you going to order? Chow mein? Shakes his head. I always ask Hajun how just a spaghetti can be healthy, but he doesn't even answer, just smiles. Smiles. Chow mein is not just a spaghetti, it's a mix of veggies and chicken. You eat everything, I guess. Hajun just eat spaghettis. You become shocked. You should teach him. I wish single parenting could be that easy. Sorry, sincerely. It's okay. Hajun's mother, Stacy, my wife, died in a car accident 10 years ago. So sad to hear. But really, by saying Hajun, I can't believe you are a single dad. I mean, the way you raised him. I'm a part-time mother too. Chuckles. You giggle. Can I ask you something? What's your type? Sipping on the drink. A gentleman who treats me well, smiles. Jimin smiles and straightens his posture. His eyes land on his friend. He signals him to send a cake and wine, which the waiter beside him is holding. Jimin nods. The waiter starts striding towards him, and Theung is smiling like an idiot for his friend. But I don't like CEOs, bluntly. Jimin eyes widen, he gulps. Why? They are rude idiots. If one girl ditches them, they hate every other girl as stupids. They only have brains. They never think from the heart, and also they find benefits in everything. They are such materialistic people. Jimin eyes widen, he starts shaking his head and secretly signals his friend not to send it. Theung understands this and rushes to stop the waiter. You see Jimin secretly moving his head. Are you okay? He realizes what the hell you just blurted out. Clear's thought. Actually, I'm watching a K-drama and this is the frustration from that. I'm not saying all serious. You are my sir and it's okay, I won't mind. But stop taking those dramas too seriously. Chuckle nervously. After dinner, Jimin and you are walking and eating ice cream together. It's his plan and you can't question him, but you can say no. The truth is spending time with him feels good. Unfortunately, you trip. Luckily, Jimin holds you, but your heels gets broken. Jimin holds you by your hand and kneels down. He takes off your heels and pick them up. Sir, it's okay, I am holding them until you finish your ice cream. Shrug. But sir, when there are no questions, there will be no buts too. You both smile and you literally prohibited me from asking questions now. You both chuckle slightly. Jimin nods his head. Time skips. He drops you home and then leaves. Appa, Theung Samchun told me that you failed to propose her. Jimin curses Theung under his breath. Appa didn't fail, but Miss Ryan doesn't like CEOs. Appa, don't be sad. Miss Ryan is working for one. How can she not like it? You won't understand, Hajun. I'm not her type. Appa, this is all rubbish. Pause. Hajun, my son, you are too small to understand. Tomorrow we will propose to her together. If I were there, she would have never said no. Smacks innocently. Eyes widen. Yeah, Hajun, aren't you? I am coming with you tomorrow. The next day, Jimin and Hajun are both getting ready. Hajun copies his dad's style and looks handsome and smart. In the office, Hajun enters and rushes to you, embracing you. He already kneeled to his height so he can hug you easily. Jimin smiles seeing you both. Time skips. While Jimin was waiting patiently for his manager to show up. Sir, may I? Yes, he said it quickly as he heard a voice behind the door. Sir, address of Miss Ryan. He handed Jimin a piece of paper. Okay, good. Now you may leave. Smiles. The manager left as soon as he did. Jimin quickly picked up his car keys and left the office. In the hallway, he bumped into you. Sir, your meeting? Cancel it. I'm going to your house hurriedly. You frowned but sighed, thinking maybe he said his house. I must have misheard. Time skips. Jimin and your mom were sitting in the living area. Gulps. I am Iron's boss. Clear's thought. I like her. I know. Sigh. That day you took her to dinner, I understood. She told me everything. I am a single dad. My son also loves her, but I am not doing this just for my son. I genuinely like her. She is different, not like others. As a mom, I have a question for you, Jimin. Jimin nodded subtly, sighs deeply. Do you still love your first wife? Jimin was shocked. He gulped, unsure how to answer. Yes, because she gave me my son. But that's not the only reason. It was a love marriage, and for the past 10 years, I decided to stay single just for her. But when I met Ryan, something inside me told me to move on. Gulp. I don't want my daughter to feel like a second option. Sadly, she is never a second option. She is our first. Hajun said mine. Your mom smiled. I know as a mom you are worried, but I assure you, I will love her till my last breath. Jimin, there's a difference between like and love. Choose one, then I will give you my answer. Concern. Gulps. Love. Go, my child, and if she say no, bring her to me. Well, she also like you secretly. Jimin was shocked but smiled later a little shyly. Smile. She didn't tell me straight, but she mentioned your name every second. Your mom pats Jimin's back. He smiled and quickly left for the office. Meanwhile, Hajun, where did your appa go? You bit your lip asking him while you both were eating lunch in the cafeteria. Every other colleague was gossiping, but what could you do? Hajun had insisted you eat lunch with him, so now you both were eating together. Hajun just shrugged at your question and continued eating. In the middle, he accidentally dropped food on his suit. Oops, let me clean it. He looked for wipes, but they were nowhere to be found. So you stood up and went to the canteen cabin to grab some, but a group of girls approached you. So cheap. Choose a boss son to melt the boss heart? Huh? Smirk. You didn't answer and stayed quiet. You had plenty of good replies, but you didn't want to cause chaos here. You quietly took the wipes and were about to leave, but their words stopped you. Poor, disgustingly. You turned around and glared at them. At least I am wearing a real Tiffany smack. You walked off showing your bracelet. The girl wore a fake Tiffany bracelet while yours was real. Yes, you weren't that poor. You returned and cleaned Hajun's stain. Thankfully, it wasn't that visible. Soon, Jimin entered the cafeteria, everyone bored, including you. Jimin sat beside you and signaled for you to be seated. You sighed deeply and sat down. How's it going, Miss Ryan? Hajun didn't annoy you much, right? Eyebrow raised. Hajun chuckled mischievously. Annie, he's a good boy, smiles at Hajun. If he is this good, stay with him, smiles. I can my whole life, he's such a good child. You smiled and looked at Hajun. He smiled back at you. Yes, I'm also talking about the whole life, smile secretly. Your eyes widened and you looked at him. Miss Ryan, today you will have to do a 1 hour late shift. Okay, sir. You bowed and left. Jimin and Hajun winked at each other. Only you and Jimin were left in the office. Jimin called you into his office. You walked towards his room and your phone buzzed with a notification from your mom. Say yes. You were about to text her back to ask what she meant. But as you opened Jimin's office door, a shower of a flower petal made you halt. You smiled widely. Hajun walked up to you and said, Will you be my Amma? Your eyes widened and you saw Jimin. Will you be my wife, my son's mother, and my life partner? He smiled and added, Will you be the lady CEO? You were stunned, no words came to your lips. Then you remembered your mom's text. Mom mumbles, Yes, I first took her permission to ask you for marriage. She is the boss, of course. She gets to decide our future, and yes, she accepted me. I mean, who would say no to a handsome man like me? Appa, I am more handsome. Giggle. You chuckled at Hajun. Wanna join this handsome family? You nodded with tears in your eyes. Appa, the ring, facepalm. Oops. You chuckled and he brought out a Tiffany ring. You gave him your hand and he delicately slipped the ring onto your finger. Hajun started dancing in circles out of happiness. I got mama, yeah. You looked at Jimin and he was lost in you. I love you too. You smiled and the two of you embraced. 2 years later, you entered the office with Hajun holding your finger and in his other hand he held your bag. In the aisle, Hajun met Tae Samchun excitedly. Hi Tae. They greeted you and took Hajun to get chocolates. You were about to enter Jimin's office when the secretary stopped you. The meeting is going on. Proudly, I am his wife. Sir said no one. Watchman smacks. You opened the door and peeked inside. Napion? Oops. You pretended to be shocked seeing him in a meeting. Jimin's eyes widened when he saw you because you looked ethereal. Meeting dismissed. Everyone was shocked. Dismissed. They all left. Jimin walked towards you but stumbled a little. You pursed your lips. Be careful. It's illegal, to look this damn beautiful. You smiled shyly. Where is Hajun? Oh, they took him to buy some stuff or chocolates. Raises an eyebrow. Okay, then that means it's our time. You chuckled. He pulled you closer by snaking his arm around your waist, and you snaked your arm around his neck. He delicately tucked a strand of your hair behind your ear and smiled. Thank you for completing our life wine. You smiled, but before you could say anything, Hajun entered with Tae. Oops, I will take Hajun again. Annie, it's time for Hajun's assignment. I am taking him home now. Don't go too hard on my child. You glared at him. Our child. You glared again. He raised his hands in surrender. Your child refers to you. Good. Hajun and you both are mine. Smack. You went and left with Hajun. And like this, life went on. You and Jimin had been married for a year and a half. After marriage, you stopped working to take care of Hajun because you believed he needed your time more than the office, and like that, the three of you become a perfect family filled with love. The end. If you really like the FF, please like, share, and comment. And if you want to be the part of the Illegirl Chims family, then subscribe to my channel. Annyeong.